Welcome to Riffs on Writing with Andy and Caroline, where we answer your writing and publishing questions in 10 minutes or less.
And today we're talking about you should never write alone. I feel like that should be a country song or something. And we should say just from the outset, of course, most of us spend most of our time writing what we write by ourselves. Like, that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is the importance of surrounding yourself with other writers, virtually or in person, preferably both if you can, because it makes you a better writer.
Yeah, absolutely. That idea of the writer going off alone to some cabin on a mountaintop or by a lake or, you know, wherever, pick your place, and producing these masterpieces and showing up, and it's this amazing work. I really wish that were true, but it's not. Sorry. You need people. You need people's opinions. You need to learn from other writers. You need to be talking to them and paying attention to what they're doing. You need to be taking classes. And I don't care how good you are of a writer, you need to be continuously educating yourself. It doesn't maybe have to be in a formal school setting. That's not what I mean when I say classes even, but even working with an editor is education.
Yeah. I mean, and you can think about finding a local writing group, right? And it could be a virtual one, right? Maybe you're not going out, or maybe you don't drive at night, whatever it is. You can do a virtual one and it works the same way, but your local library will often know where those writing groups are happening, or if you have a local bookstore. You can look at affinity groups. Like this morning, I just looked up for Charlottesville, near where I live. There's a queer writing gathering every 3 weeks, I think. You know, so like if that's your people, there's a great thing. So you have to do the work and look, but a writing group is a really great free way to meet writers, which is nice in terms of camaraderie and support and commiseration. Lots of commiseration usually, but also a writing group, no matter what the skill level and experience level of the people in there, is going to make you a better writer, because you're going to hear reactions to what you wrote and try and start to learn whether your intention is meeting your product.
Yes, absolutely. And yeah, it's just that idea of really not hibernating or retreating into your world, because essentially, I mean, if your goal is for people to buy your work and to read your work or to have your work published, because you may be writing essays rather than books, which is totally, this is the same. If your goal is for other people to pay and or read your work, then you know you have to provide them with some sort of level of quality. You can't just get away with writing whatever.
That's right. And I'll tell you a story about when I was in graduate school. So like, it's like the most intensive way to get writing community, right? Pay money and then spend 2 years with the same people. It was great. Still, some of my best writing friends came from there. But I was in a writing workshop, and I had written this piece that I thought was brilliant. Piece of nonfiction essay about the drivers that make me upset on the road because of all the things they do wrong. I was very smart at 26. I had a lot to say for people. And the woman in my writing workshop, still a friend of mine, her name's Teresa Carmody, great writer, said to me, "Andy, I think you're really angry, and I just don't think you're willing to admit that." It was a hard critique to hear, but she was right. The piece was bitter and it was ugly because I wasn't actually saying what I was saying, which is that I would get really tired of people taking advantage of other people. Like, that's really what I wanted to say, but I was trying to be cute and clever. So writing workshop, I mean, I've never published that piece, thank God, because it was bad, right? So, and it really helped.
There you go.
Get Teresa's feedback.
So from now on, never write alone. Find your people. Great. So if you have any questions for us, feel free to leave a comment or contact us, and we will be happy to answer them. And until next time.